The following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network.
Satter wants the ball. He's going to maybe tee it up for 11-3. He got it! 11 three-pointers for Ty Satter. It's unbelievable.
Here comes the Fusion the other way. Nice ball in towards Kamai. Kamai able to set it down. Kamai beating the keeper. Shot on the way, and Kamai scores. 1-0 for the Fusion. And it's
1-2 pitch. Line shot up the middle. One run will score. Deer rounding third. He's coming to the plate.
Verwest, they center in front. Scarborough down low, loose in front, in for a goal. South Shaley gets the first goal of this East Region title.
Let's turn things over to the broadcast booth. The pregame show starts now.
All right, welcome. It's the East Region Championship game here between the number 1 rated Wahpeton Post 20. They come into this one 22-0 in conference play, 20-0 in the regular season, 2-0 in the tournament with that first round bye win over the 10-inning win over the Fargo Post 400 Astros. And then they would defeat the West Fargo Vets. I forget the score to that game. I think it was 10-0 in 6 innings. And then Casselton got here with a first round bye and a win over the West Fargo Aces, and then a win over the Devils Lake Storm yesterday. And now the only thing left to decide is who's going to be the 1 seed and who's going to be the 2 seed at the state tournament. We know that it is the West Fargo Vets who will be the 3 seed. It is the Kindred Post 117 Vikings who will be the 4 seed from the East. 2-1 to be determined after the conclusion of this game. And from the West, it is the number 1 and number 2 seed to be determined in a battle between the Bismarck Senators and the Dickinson Volunteers. The Bismarck Capitals have claimed the 3rd seed out of the West, and the Watford City Walleye have secured the 4th seed out of the West with a 12-5 win over Mandan earlier today, while the Capitals got a 12-5 win over the Bismarck Reps. So both of the state qualifiers won their game today by the score of 12-5. And once again, Bismarck and Dickinson, that game, if it's not over yet, it should be soon. And that would bring whoever wins that game will be the 1 seed out of the West, and the other team will be the 2 seed. So, and same scenario here. Wahpeton right now comes into the tournament the 1 seed. Casselton comes into the tournament as the 3 seed. One of these will leave as the 1 seed for the state tournament. The other one will leave as the 2 seed for the state tournament. And let's take a quick break, and we'll come back in just a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned.
Bar 9 in West Fargo is your stop for that pregame lunch and for the postgame celebration. With over 30 TVs, you can catch your team anytime. We have a delicious food menu including wings, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Enjoy it inside or head on outside, day or night, to relax in the comfort of our updated outdoor patio. We also have slots, blackjack, pull tabs, and all gaming proceeds earned go to support West Fargo baseball. So catch your team's game tonight at Bar 9, 1405 Prairie Parkway in West Fargo.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
Fargo Post 400 Baseball wishes the Stars, Astros, and Comets the best of luck in this year's tournaments.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Hey, it's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcast on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. Then check out the channel and show them some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to them today. All right, welcome back as we get ready to go here in this East Region Championship game between Casselton and the Wahpeton Post 20, 1-seeded Wahpeton Post 20 and the 3-seeded Casselton Haymakers. For the visitors on the scoreboard, who'll be taking the first base dugout, it'll be 1, 2, and 3. Logan Broughton, right field. Carter Maggio, third base. Carter Verkota, center field. Middle of the order, 4, 5, 6. Pitcher, Braden Mitchell. Designated hitter, Eli Boer. And shortstop, Brendan Maggio. Bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9. Second baseman, Sam Cobbervig. First baseman, Noah McCow. Left fielder, Mason Bussey. And not batting and playing catchers, Cale Pearson. The reserves are Cooper Johnson, Josiah Crandall, Noah Tholks, Owen Cates, Bodie Brugard, and Jackson Parker and Drew Urbach. For Wahpeton Post 20. Batting order 1, 2, 3. Pitcher Caden Kappas, center fielder Tori Ulick, catcher Jackson Fleeflit. 4, 5, and 6. Right fielder Jaden King, first baseman Josiah Hoffman, shortstop Caden Hockert. 7, 8, 9, left fielder Gavin Schroeder. Third baseman Riley Timian. Second baseman Jack Rittenauer. The reserves for Wahpeton Post 20 are Skylar Blado, Josiah Brewer, Eli Kappas, Sterling Warren. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, and I apologize. Keegan Lynch and Braxton Pauley are your starters for Wahpeton Post 20, your reserves for Wahpeton Post 20, excuse me. And we're waiting for the umpires, and looks like they're ready to come out here. 15-5. So Wahpeton has scored 1 more run in this tournament than Casselton has, and both teams have only given up 5 runs in this tournament as the umpires make their entrance from center field. And we are almost ready to go. Once again, your starting pitcher here for Casselton will be Braden Mitchell. And your starting pitcher for Wahpeton will be Caden Kappas. Around the bases, it'll be Kappas on the mound. Catcher, Jackson Fleetflit. First baseman, Josiah Hoffman. Second baseman, Jack Rittenauer. Third baseman, Riley Timian. Shortstop, Caden Hockert. Outfield and left, Gavin Schroeder. In center, Tori Ulick. And in right field, Jaden King. Around the bases for Casselton, Braden Mitchell on the mound, Cale Pearson catching. First base, Noah McCow. Second base, Sam Coppervig. Shortstop, Brendan Maggio.
To the campus of Central Cass in the 2023 North Dakota.
And third base, Carter Maggio. In the outfield, Mason Bussey in left, Carter Verkota in center, and Logan Broughton in right.
Number 3 seed, Casselton Haymakers. And the number 1 seed, Wahpeton Post 20. Time now to meet the rosters for both teams. First for the visitors on the scoreboard, Casselton Haymakers.
Let's do it.
Non-starters, number 7, Josiah Crandall. Number 12, Owen Cates. Number 20, Brody Burgard. Number 23, Jackson Parker. And number 25, Drew Urbach. Starting lineup for your Casselton Haymakers. Leading off in right field, number 8, Logan Broughton. Batting second at third base, number 1, Carter Maggio. Batting third in center field, number 3, Carter Verkota. Batting fourth and pitching for the Haymakers, number 6, Braden Mitchell. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 2, Eli Boer. Batting sixth, that shortstop, number 13, Brendan Pajo. Batting seventh at second base, number 5, Sam Coverbig. Batting eighth at first base, number 19, Noah Macau. Batting ninth in left field, number 14, Mason Bussey. Doing the catching for the Haymakers, number 9, Hale Pearson. Casselton Haymakers coached by Andrew Yonke and Matt Swanson, Nick Holm, and head coach Mitch Shear. Let's meet the home team on the scoreboard. The number 1 seed, Wahpeton, post 20. Non-starters, number 3, Skylar Plato. Number 4, Josiah Brewer. Number 10, Eli Kappas. Number 14, Sterling Warney. Number 15, Keegan Lynch. And number 23, Braxton Pauley. Starting lineup for Wahpeton, post 20, leading off and pitching, number 5, Caden Kappas. Batting second in center field, number 20, Corey Hewitt. Batting third and catching, number 7, Jackson Cleveland. Batting fourth in the right field, number 6, Jaden King. Batting fifth at first base, number 1, Josiah Hoffman. Batting sixth at shortstop, number 9, Caden Hawkers. Batting seventh in left field, number 2, Gavin Schroeder. Batting eighth at third base, number 11, Riley Timian. Batting ninth for Wahpeton, playing second base, number 8, Jack Rittenauer. Wahpeton post 20, coached by Mike Schroeder, Steve Hawker, and head coach Chris Kappas. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'll recite the American Legion Baseball Code of Sportsmanship before the singing of our national anthem. Please repeat after me. I will keep the rules, keep faith with my teammates, keep my temper, keep myself fit, keep a stout heart in defeat, keep my pride under in victory. Keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. Singing tonight's anthem, Central Cass student, Mason Vance.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Mason Vance, student here at Central Cass. Wahpeton Post 20 fans, are you ready? Casselton Haymaker fans, are you ready? It's East Region Championship game time. Let's play ball.
All right, we are ready to go now here for this East Region Championship game. Well, the winner will be the 1 seed at the state tournament in Kindred starting July 28th. And the other team will be the 2 seed. So both of these teams going to state. This is a matter of 1 seeding, 2 bragging rights. Can Casselton pull off an upset here and hand Wahpeton their first loss of the season? Wahpeton almost dropped one in the opening round game against the Fargo Post 400 Astros, but as they always say, almost doesn't count. They come into this one 22-0 in conference play, and nobody has been able to knock them off yet. They've had some close games, they've had some one-sided games, but whether it's one-sided or close, they've always come out on the victory side of the scoreboard this season. And now Casselton, who's been playing some really good baseball heading into this championship game, do they have enough momentum to do just what we were talking about and hand Wahpeton Post 20 their first loss? We'll have to find out. Once again, on the mound, warming up here for Wahpeton is Braden Mitchell. I'm sorry. I got these mixed up here on my home and away.
Number 8, Logan Broughton.
Give me just a moment here and I can fix that. There we go. Caden Kappas warming up on the mound. And the first pitch of the East Region Championship game is popped up. And caught by the first baseman, Josiah Hoffman, for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the state champion, or in the East Region Championship game. And well, what more can you ask for? You'll probably see a few more of those as Carter Maggio steps up to the plate here. And Maggio will foul this one off for strike 1. We want to remind you to keep it polite, keep it sportsmanlike in the YouTube chat, or we will block you. We've had 1 person blocked in the previous game between the Astros and the West Fargo Vets. We will not tolerate that whatsoever. So whether you're cheering for Casselton or whether you're cheering for Wahpeton, if you choose to chime in on the chat, just make sure that you keep sportsmanship, just like that code of sportsmanship announced at the start of the game. Make sure you keep it clean in the chat. We've only had to do that once in the entire tournament, and I would hope that we'd have to do it 0 times, but we didn't quite make it through the tournament with that happening, so. Payoff pitch here to Logan Broughton, and that one is fouled off to the first base side. Payoff pitch number 2. Kappas winds up, delivers, and that one's pushed off to first base side and fouled away as well. And he'll reach for it, strikeout, and that's out number 2. And the first strikeout for Caden Kappas on the Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout counter.
Center fielder number 3, Carter Vercoda.
Come on, Carter.
Carter Verkota now the batter, swinging a miss for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count here to Verkota. Once again, it's Caden Kappas on the mound, Jackson Fleet Flint catching. And the 1-1 pitch. And that one is fouled into the netting behind home plate. Josiah Hoffman at first, Jack Rittenauer at second, Caden Hockert at short, Riley Timian at third, Gavin Schroeder in left, Jaden King in right, Tori Ulick in center. And a swing and a miss for another strikeout, and that ends the top of the first. One, two, three for the Haymakers in the top of the first of the East Region Championship. Will the bats be as strong as they were in the previous 2 games for Wahpeton? We're about to find out. Stand by. We'll be back with the bottom of the first in just a moment.
Bar 9 in West Fargo is your stop for that pregame lunch and for the postgame celebration. With over 30 TVs, you can catch your team anytime. We have a delicious food menu including wings, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Enjoy it inside or head on outside, day or night, to relax in the comfort of our updated outdoor patio. We also have slots, blackjack, pull tabs, and all gaming proceeds earned go to support West Fargo baseball. So catch your team's game tonight at Bar 9, 1405 Prairie Parkway in West Fargo.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
All right, there's a look at Braden Mitchell. He's your starting pitcher for Casselton. Cale Pearson's behind the plate catching around the bases. You got Noah McCow at first, Sam Cobbervig at second, Brendan Maggio, the shortstop, Carter Maggio at third. In the outfield, it's Logan Broughton in right, Mason Bussey in left, and Carter Verkota in straightaway center field. Braden Mitchell has had a couple of highlight plays. He normally has been playing, his normal position is shortstop, so we'll see what he can do for the pitcher's mound today, but he definitely has a couple plays that would be in the top 5 if I were to go through the entire tournament and find 5 or 10 plays. I'm pretty sure Braden Mitchell, you'd find him twice in the top 5. He had a great 6-3 throw-out double play in yesterday's game against the Devils Lake Storm. A game that the Haymakers would edge out the Storm by 1. Caden Kappas takes the first pitch low for a ball. He has a pair of hits to center, he has a ground out to third, and he reached base on a fielder's choice in this tournament. Pitch is high, ball 2. .3-0 count now.
There you go, Cap. Come on, there you go.
That one's going to right, but it's going to be foul. That one's low, and they'll walk him. Caden Kappas on deck, or on base, I should say. Now it's Tori Ulick. In the East Region Tournament, he has a hit to left, a hit to center, a hit to right, 2 ground outs to second, a pop out to the third baseman. He's also reached base on fielder's choice and reached base on an error in this tournament. And now he'll square off against Braden Mitchell. He'll quickly look over at Kappas on first. And a strike is called. 0-1 to Tori Ulick. Jackson Fleeflit moves into the on-deck circle. We're 8 minutes into this ball game. Still knotted up at 0 here on the proceed scoreboard. And the pickoff attempt there on Kappas as Mitchell fired over to Macau is unsuccessful on that attempt. Mitchell with a quick release as he looks over his shoulder at Kappas again. 0-1, looking for the bunt, and he hits the edge for strike 2. As Ulick squared up, thought the pitch was coming to the outside and never fully committed to the bunt. And it cost him a strike, 0-2. And another pickoff attempt there on Kappas, and he's back in time. Pitch is high, and we're at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Come on, Tori.
And that one got away from Mitchell. Now leaving up the count at 2-2. Good awareness there by the catcher, Cale Pearson. That one could have been easily into the backstop and Kappas to second as a result. Pearson made a stop to that. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1 for Braden Mitchell on the Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout counter.
The catcher, number 7, Jackson Fleeflit.
Jackson Fleeflit. 2 hits to left, a hit to right, a ground out to second, a fly out to center field. Kappas pickoff attempt, and he was leading off, looking like he would possibly take off. Mitchell keeps him in check. He'll look over his shoulder again and deliver. Runner goes, and the throw up to second is high and into center field, and he thought about third for a moment, but he'll stay put. He'll get the stolen base. That moves a Wahpeton runner into scoring position here. One ball, no strike, 1 out. And a strike right down the middle, 1-1. Casselton yesterday threw a no-hitter into the 6th inning before Devils Lake finally got a hit on the board. And it's a hard hit ball towards short. Maggio over to first, high, and the call is out at first. Goes on the books as a 6-3 ground out.
Fielder number 6, Jaden King.
Kappas stays put at second base. Jaden King gets the complimentary Jesse McCartney walk-up song. 2 away, runner on second, 11 minutes in. Jaden King with a pair of hits to left center and a ground out to the pitcher in this tournament, and a swing and a miss there for strike 1. And that one's low for a ball. And we're even at 1 ball, 1 strike, 12 minutes in.
There you go.
And he got it in there for strike 2. Once again, it's Caden Kappas on second here for Wahpeton. Mitchell delivers. Into the dirt, ball 2. We're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2. Ooh, some Haymaker fans thought that was strike 3, but it was called ball 3 instead. Some quick words there from Pearson and Mitchell. Full count with two outs and a runner on second here in the bottom of the first. Mitchell sits there and stares down Pearson, and now time is called. Mitchell will get the signal. He'll look back at second, see Kappas dancing, and he'll deliver. Swing and a miss. That will strand one, and that will be the second strikeout for Braden Mitchell on the Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout counter. And we go now to the top of the second with batters 4, 5, and 6. Braden Mitchell, Eli Boer, and Brendan Maggio are the due-up batters for Casselton when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. Fargo Post 400 Baseball wishes the Stars, Astros, and Comets the best of luck in this year's tournaments.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
All right, welcome back. Braden Mitchell, Eli Boer, Brendan Maggio. Those are the batters that we'll see this inning here. Caden Kappas with pitch 14 coming up here.
The pitcher, number 6, Braden Mitchell.
And strike 1 is called. And it's strike 2. Mitchell, 2 hits to right, 1 hit to left, pop out to second, fly out to right in this tournament. Kappas winds, 0-2 on the way, misses outside. He pushed it outside to see if Mitchell would chase, and it's 1-2. And that one's fouled away, and it'll remain 1-2. And that'll be ball 2. Pitch 19 coming up for Kappas. And that one's fouled off. We'll stay at 2-2 and pitch 20. That one's also fouled off. And on 20 pitches, 8 balls and 12 strikes. And that'll be a drop third strike. They'll throw it out to complete the strikeout. 2-3 on the throw out and the drop third strike brings up Eli Boer, puts out 1 on the board. Boer in this tournament, 2 hits to left, 3 flyouts to left, reach base on an error towards the charge to the shortstop. That one's popped up and fouled away, and it'll be strike 1. Got people all over watching this game. We got people standing on the football press box. We got a group of kids hanging on to the right field wall. And that's all I see outside of the normal spectators. And that's going to stay fair. No, they're going to call it foul. Jackson Fleetfoot dived on top of it. And the umpire called it foul, and it'll be strike 2. You can see right there over those last 2 banners in front of the foul pole, we got a group of, I'm guessing, young adults hanging out watching the championship game from right field. And now this is a bouncing ball to third. Timian picks it up, got it over to Hoffman in time. Out number 2, Timian to Hoffman. Hoffman had to make the stretch. It's a 5-3 ground out.
Number 13, Brendan Maggio.
And Brendan Maggio will step up to the plate now. He has a hit to left. He has 2 ground outs to short, 1 ground out to second, and 1 fly out to right center in this tournament. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout on the Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout counter. It's Braden Mitchell, it's Caden Kappas' 4th, and that will put an end to the 2nd inning of play. Or I'm sorry, I put an end to the top of the 2nd is what I meant to say. Braden Mitchell will face off against Josiah Hoffman, Caden Hockert, and Gavin Schroeder. When we return, it's the 5, 6, 7 batters for Wahpeton right after this here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Hey, it's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcast on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, all right, we'll make it up to our friends at Dakota Fins and Feathers. There's the group watching from right field. Josiah Hoffman, he had the first home run of the tournament yesterday. He had a solo shot to left center in the game against the West Fargo Vets. One ball, one strike. Here to Josiah Hoffman. That's strike 2. Ooh, he tried to frame it up over that edge, and he couldn't quite convince the umpire that he did. And it's 2-2 now. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout on the Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout counter, the 3rd for Braden Mitchell, and now he'll square off against Caden Hockert. And strike 1. Even if he wouldn't have tried to check his swing, I still think that would have been a strike anyway. 0-1. Caden Hockert, 2 hits to left. Ground out to the pitcher, ground out to second, and a line drive double play to second base in this tournament. 0-2 now here to Hockert. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout on the Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout counter. That is number 4 for Braden Mitchell. And he struck out both batters here in this inning so far. And we'll see if he can go 3 for 3 against Gavin Schroeder or not. Gavin Schroeder, 2 hits to left, 1 hit to right, a fly out to right, a fly out to left, a ground out to third, and a ground out to second in this tournament. Swing and a miss, and another strike is put on the board there by Braden Mitchell. And that one's going to be popped up. And he'll land for a base hit out in the shallow right, over the head of Sam Cobbervig, and Logan Broughton couldn't charge in soon enough, and now Wahpeton has the first hit of the game. It comes 24 minutes into the contest, and they got the first base runner. No, they do not have the first base runner. They had a base runner on earlier, I think. Yeah, they did, yep. So they have 1 left on base. So it's their second base runner of the game, but the first hit of the game. Mitchell will deliver just a little bit high for a ball. To Riley Timian. Fly out center, fly out right, pop out first. Reach base on air on 2 occasions in this tournament. Mitchell looks over his shoulder, he sets, nods, delivers, fouled away. 1-1. Once again, Gavin Schroeder, the runner on first, and he takes off for second. Throw to second is not in time, and he will steal second. And catcher's interference is called, and that'll be the 3rd out. What a way to end a unclimactic end of the second. We'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned. 0-0 after 2 on the Red Baron line score. Back in a moment.
Gordy's Travel Plaza continues to improve products and services. Now open is the Beer Cave with wines and spirits. Pick up a fresh-made Sandy's donut along with the fresh bean-to-cup coffee or espresso. How about our tasty popcorn with warm butter on top, or cool down with the all-new Fresh Blend shakes, smoothies, frappes, frazzles, and more. Now open is Champ's Chicken, Hangar 54 Pizza, and Hot Mex Express. We are excited for you to try out the all-new items at Gordy's Travel Plaza in Casselton, serving Casselton and the surrounding communities for over 55 years.
Second baseman, number 5, Sam.
All right, so correction. It was offensive interference or batter interference and not catcher's interference on that play. So the runner at second is, or the runner between first and second is out. Nobody stranded on base, and as a result, the Wahpeton batter will come back to the plate here in the bottom of the 3rd. There's a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike to Sam Cobbervig. Infield hit, a hit to center, a ground out to second, and a fly out to the first baseman in shallow right in this tournament. And the 1-1 pitch is inside, ball 2. And ball 3. 27 minutes in. Still no score here in the East Region Championship game. Top of the 3rd, nobody out, nobody on. And the pitch right down the middle and right at the roof of the strike zone. Full count, 3-2. There's strike 3. And out number 1. And the strikeouts continue here from Caden Kappas and Braden Mitchell. It's the 5th one now for Caden Kappas on the Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout counter. And check that, Noah Macau will be the next batter here that Kappas will square off against, and he gets a swing miss strike 1 there. Macau, a hit to right, 2 flyouts to right, and a ground out to short in this tournament. Swing and a miss strike 2. Ooh, another one. Now Fleetfoot tried to frame up over the outer edge of the plate, but he did not fool that home plate umpire. Framing and blocking are probably the 2 most difficult skills to teach a catcher, and the best can do both frequently. 2-2 the count now. I thought for a moment that Macau got hit by that pitch, but he apparently did not. 2-2. And that one's going to be popped up, going deep, and all the way back to center field. And Macau going to second. He'll slide in on the double.
Now batting the left fielder, number 14, Mason Bussey.
Mason Bussey, hit to left, ground out to short, ground out to the pitcher in this tournament. And a strike is called there, 0-1. 30 minutes into the ball game. Casselton has their first hit and their first runner on base. Out at second. That takes the runner off as Macau gets picked off at second base. Two away now, and all the runners off base, and that's going to go to right field for a base. No, it's going to be caught by Jack Rittenauer. He snagged it right before it hit the ground, and we have ourselves 2.5 innings complete. Nobody left on from Casselton, and a scoreless game heading into the bottom of the 3rd. We're back in a moment on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. It's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcasted on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. Then check out the channel and show them some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to them today.
I think what makes Proceed win is we're different than the other companies in many ways with our programming, our simplicity, our non-corporate attitudes, and our personal relationship building.
What Proceed is, we bring back the old-fashioned seed buying experience. We're true seedsmen. We care about everything from the sale to the planting to following up afterwards. That's what we're all about, is just trying to bring that experience back to a personal level.
Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net, great seed at a reasonable price.
Welcome back. It's Jack Rittenauer at the plate.
Come on, Jack, there you go.
And that will be bunted foul for strike 2. And man, he had some speed hanging off towards first there. Possibility he would have bunt singled if that would have stayed fair. Rittenauer, a couple hits to left center, a hit to right center, a ground out to short, a fly out to right, and a fielder's choice. He reached base on a fielder's choice in this contest. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jack Rittenauer, and he gets hit.
The pitcher, number 5, Hayden Kappas.
Jack Rittenauer was the man of the hour in the win over the Vets yesterday as he got the winning hit to walk off the Vets 10-0 in 6 innings. Showing bunt, pulls the bunt back, it misses for a ball. Throw up to first, and he's back in time.
Come on, Jack. Come on, fight.
And that's bunted foul. And he'll drop this bunt right back to Mitchell. He'll pick it up, look at second, fire to first. He got the out at first, and the sack bunt advances Rittenauer over to second.
Center fielder, number 20, Tori Ulick.
Tori Ulick struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Come on, 20.
And a delayed strike call as he framed it up. Ref took a look at the frame up, called it a strike. 0-2. Nice job there by Cale Pearson. That's fouled down the third base side. They'll stay 0-2. And that one's low for a ball, 1-0, or 1-2, excuse me. Two pitch. That one's low and out, full count. Payoff, and that one's a bouncer towards first, and they're gonna say he fouled it out of the batter's box. So everybody will go back to their original starting points, and we'll do the payoff pitch again here. So once again, the lone runner on second right now is Jack Rittenauer. In a 0-0 game here. 1/3 of the way through the bottom of the third. And right up the middle, and it's knocked down by Mitchell. And now caught in between third and second, and he's safe at second. Somehow he got back to second base, and Ulick's on with a fielder's choice as a result. So, runners on first and second now. And a visit to the mound here for Casselton. So Jack Rittenauer on second, Tori Ulick on first. Jackson Fleeflet is going to be the next batter up here for Wahpeton. And that visit to the mound was a quick one there for Casselton. Jaden King awaits on deck. We'll possibly see Josiah Hoffman this inning, depending on how the next batter or two goes here. One out, Jackson Fleeflet, the batter now. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to the shortstop last time he was at the plate. And now time is called. Looks like Maggio is kind of cleaning off the area around second base there. Pitch outside, rolls away. Pearson runs up quickly and makes sure that Rittenauer doesn't advance beyond second. 1 ball, no strike to Fleeflet, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out to the shortstop in this game. Strike one. Casselton fans like that. Some of the Wahpeton fans in attendance didn't like that. 1-1. That one's going to pop up, and the runners will advance. Going to right field for a base hit. That's going to bring in Jack Rittenauer. He's going to score. Tori Ulick will round third from second. He will score. And it's Jackson Fleeflet with a 2-run double to right field. And Wahpeton takes the first lead of the game. It's 2-0.
Right fielder, number 6, Jaden King.
Crap. Let's try this again here.
Number 3 is Skylar Blado, courtesy running for the catcher.
Apparently our scoreboard is in the wrong half of the inning. There we go. Hopefully that's squared away now. So that should be 2 hits for Wahpeton and 1 hit for Casselton. We'll get that adjusted for you. And this one, a ground ball, and now it's 3 hits for Wahpeton. And the throw to third will hold Fleeflet, and they'll put runners on the corners.
First baseman, number 1, Josiah Hoffman.
Okay, I'll double check our numbers here. 0-1-0 and 2-3-0. Yep, that's correct. And then runners on base are 0-1. Yep, that's correct. So we got that squared away. Apologize for that. Pick-off attempt there on King at first. Will be unsuccessful. Josiah Hoffman's the batter. He's 0 for 1. Struck out swinging here in the early part of this inning. And another pick-off attempt. As Mitchell trying to keep those runners in check. Runner goes, throw to second, and that'll be cut off there by Sam Cobbervig to keep Fleetfoot at third, and that puts runners on second and third as King will get the stolen base. Pitch came across as a strike. It's 1-1. And that one's a little high, and it's 2-1. And now it's 3-1. And here comes another visit from the Casselton coach to the mound. So you got one out, runners on second and third. And it looks like it's just going to be a chit-chat. 44 minutes into the game, and Wahpeton has struck first here in the bottom of the third. They've plated 2 runs on an RBI double by Jackson Fleetfoot out into right field. That would score Rittenauer and Ulick to make it the current score of 2-0. Josiah Hoffman's the batter. He's currently in a 3-1 count here against Braden Mitchell. (3-1). Fouls that one away, and it's 3-2. And that'll walk them. And the bases are loaded now. And we'll give you our bases loaded camera here. Caden Hockert is the batter, 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. Only one out on the board. Mitchell will set. Wind and deliver. And that one is fouled away. Strike one. And that's outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike now here to Caden Hockert. On deck is Gavin Schroeder. Hockert and Schroeder are 6-7 in the lineup for Wahpeton. And ball 2. And that one comes into the backstop. Here comes Fleetfoot, and he will score standing, and it's 3-0 Wahpeton. That will advance Jaden King over to third and Josiah Hoffman over to second. 3-1. Will Mitchell load the bases again or get strike 2? Strike 2 is what he'll get. Casselton doesn't want to get too much further behind here. It might be too big of a hill to climb. And he walks. And the bases are loaded once again. Caden Hockert to first with Hoffman on second and King on third. Gavin Schroeder the batter now.
Number 2, Gavin Schroeder.
Schroeder's 1 for 1. He singled out into right field last time he was at the plate. And that pitch is not framed up, and it's ball 1. That one goes through the 5-hole Pearson, and Schroeder will put the stop sign up to Jaden King at third. It's 2-0. Now Schroeder will have a quick conversation with coach and one of his other teammates. That teammate's Riley Timian, who's the batter on deck right now for Wahpeton, with 1 away and the bases loaded. Second time the bases have been loaded here in the bottom of the third for post 20. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out, bases juiced. Here's the set, the wind, and the delivery from Mitchell, and it's going to center field and going back, and it is caught by Carter Verkota. He'll fire it back in, and tagging on third is Jaden King, and it's a sacrifice fly for Gavin Schroeder into center field, and it is now 4-0 in favor of Wahpeton.
Third baseman number 11, Riley Timian.
So now you got runners on the corners here on the sac fly by Schroeder. Hockert stays put on first. Hoffman tags on second to move to third. And Jaden King scores on that sac fly. And that one's fouled back, and it is strike 2. And now the double steal and the throw back home, and he's out of the plate. And that is out number 3, and that'll end the third inning. They get 4 across the plate, and I knew we had to fix something after that 1 run with the button malfunction there. So we'll get that fixed. We'll be right back, and we'll stay right here until that's fixed.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Welcome back. Logan Broughton is the batter. He's 0 for 1. He flied out to Hoffman, the first baseman, in shallow right last time he was at the plate. Takes strike 1 on the first pitch, and now he'll send it to left field, foul for strike 2. And that one sent right field and foul. And ball 1. I have Kappas down for 45 pitches now. 30 of those 45 have found the strike zone. 1-2. That one's popped up, going to right field, and in foul territory, they're chasing after it. He makes the catch. Josiah Hoffman from first base makes a wonderful running grab for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Carter Maggio.
Third baseman number 1, Carter Maggio.
First pitch here to Carter Maggio is in for ball 1. He struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. And this one's fouled right back into your television screen. That's protected by the netting. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one is on its way to second base. Rittenauer over to first. Josiah Hoffman makes the grab. That's 2 away.
Center fielder number 3, Carter Verkota.
So Carter Maggio grounds out on a 4-3 to second base, and that brings up Carter Verkota, 0 for 1, struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. I think we've seen 12 or 13 strikeouts between the two batters combined. And this is a fly ball to center field. And with the catch is Torrey Ulick. And that's out, number 3. That'll end the 4th inning, top of the 4th. It is 4-0 as Wahpeton took the lead in the bottom of the 4th. They're looking to extend that lead now. And we'll see if they can do it when we come back from the break here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We take great pride in really doing all the research and the work behind the scenes to make sure that our products just work.
We have our own staff member that helps pick the hybrids and the varieties that work in our area. It's meant for you, not for somebody 200 miles away.
We test our seed locally. We produce our seed locally, so we get to see our production fields, where they need to be, and if they work there.
Need seed? Think ProSeed. ProSeed.net. Great seed at a reasonable price.
Riley Timian, 0 for 0 with a walk on his last trip to the plate. 1 ball, no strike here. And that one curves in for a strike. It initially looked like it was going to come close to hitting Timian, and then it broke and hovered over the strike zone. We also have a new pitcher here for Casselton.
Second baseman, number 8, Jack Rittenauer. Jack.
Jack Rittenauer is also 0 for 0. He walked last time he was at the plate. He takes strike 1 here. As we approach the 1 hour mark of the ball game, Wahpeton up 4-0 here with all 4 runs coming in the bottom of the third. It was 0-0 up until that point. Swing and a miss, and he'll strike him out. That's the first strikeout in some time now here.
The pitcher, number 5, Caden Campus.
Jackson Parker is the new pitcher. Braden Mitchell moves out to right field. And I think there's one more other change, but I don't remember what it was. And I'll see if I can track it down if there was. All right, got those changes sorted out for you. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now here to Rittenauer. So Braden Mitchell, I said he moved to right. He actually moved to left. And actually, this is Caden Campus, the batter. And it's caught, or was it caught? Yes, it was caught by the catcher just out of the reach of where our camera can pan down to. And it was going to be the end of the 4th now. After we got all the defensive changes sorted out, Braden Mitchell left, Mason Bussey moves to center, Logan Broughton still playing in right, and the new pitcher Jackson Parker. And now you're caught up, and now we can move to the 5th inning of play. We'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
I kind of wonder where to even begin about what I love about Touchmark. It's everything. It's the time with the residents. It's my team. I work with wonderful individuals every single day. I love the people, and my job is to connect with them. And that's a pretty great job to have, that you get to make genuine, real connections with our residents and our team members. It's just the overall community. That is Touchmark. That's what I love.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Gordy's Travel Plaza continues to improve products and services. Now open is the Beer Cave with wines and spirits. Pick up a fresh-made Sandy's donut along with the fresh bean-to-cup coffee or espresso. How about our tasty popcorn with warm butter on top, or cool down with the all-new Fresh Blend shakes, smoothies, frappes, frazzles, and more. Now open is Champ's Chicken, Hangar 54 Pizza, and Hot Mex Express. We are excited for you to try out the all-new items at Gordy's Travel Plaza in Casselton, serving Casselton and the surrounding communities for over 55 years.
All right, the first pitch to Braden Mitchell is right down the middle for strike 1. And that one is fouled away for strike 2. Mitchell was thrown out on a drop third strike last time he was at the plate. pitch is a hair high for a ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody on. Braden Mitchell, the batter, and Kappas delivers. High, ball 3, full count. And he walks him.
Now batting the designated hitter number 2, Eli Boer.
Jackson Fleet will give walk up a couple steps in front of Eli Boer and give some signals to Kappas and his teammates. Mitchell walks, he's on first as a result, and the first pitch here to Boer is in for a strike. Ooh, that was close, but Mitchell, is back in time as Kappas couldn't quite complete the pickoff attempt. And that one's fouled straight back for strike number 2. This will be pitch 60 for Caden Kappas, according to my numbers. Again, both of these teams going to state. It's just a matter of who's going to go to state as the 1 seed and who's going to go as the 2 seed. And right now, things are looking good for Wahpeton. And I cannot get the camera leaned down any further than that. Came close, but .39 strikes on 60 throws for Kappas, and he fouls this one away as well. So Kappas ball, strike, fouled away, fouled away, fouled away, and we sit at 1-2. 1 hour, 7 minutes time of the game right now. And that will miss for ball 2. And that's a hit through the hole, 5-6 hole into left center. That will advance Mitchell to second. Put Boer on base with a base hit. 2 runners on for Brendan Maggio.
The shortstop, number 13, Brendan Maggio.
So Boer's hit to left brings Braden Mitchell to second and brings up Brendan Maggio to the plate. That moves Sam Kobervig into the on-deck circle as Fleet will run up. A ball to Kappas. And the first pitch will miss for ball 1 here to Brendan Maggio, who struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. And that one's sent to right center. And on the run, making the grab, there's Jaden King.
Second baseman, number 5, Sam Kobervig.
So 1 out now. Sam Kobervig will step up to the plate for Casselton. Cobbervig also struck out swinging last time he was at the plate. And that'll be ball 2. Game 15 of this East Region tournament. And now here comes the Wahpeton coach to have some words with Caden Kappas. The home plate umpire will walk up and say, hey, time to break it up. And they always seem to end it when he gets within 1 to 2 steps of the mound. Doesn't matter which two teams are playing. That always seems to be the way it goes. And that pitch is gonna miss, and it's 3-0 now here. It's again Wahpeton 2-0 in the tournament, 22-0 against conference, including tournament play. 19 strikeouts coming into this game. They outscored their opponents 16-5. Right now, they've outscored their opponents 20-5 with the 4 runs they've scored in this game. And that one's fouled away, and that brings us to a full count. Casselton 2-0 in tournament, 15-7 overall conference play, including tournament play. They've struck out 9 batters coming into this matchup, and they've outscored their opponents 15-5. This is a hard hit ball towards the shortstop, Hockert. Hockert to second, and they got the lead runner. I take that back, they didn't get the lead runner, but they got the middle runner, Boer. Mitchell over to third, that puts runners on the corners. As Cobbervig will reach on a fielder's choice, and that brings up Noah McCow. So Mitchell over to third, and Boer out on the force out at second. Strike one. I want to say hi to Jay. He's cheering on Casselton in this contest here. And also George also cheering on Casselton. Also want to say hi to Renee and Elizabeth. Elizabeth is cheering on Wahpeton. Thank you for chiming in on the chat. And Kevin, thanks for tuning into the broadcast as well. If you chime in on the chat and I notice it, I'll say hi to you. 2 balls and a strike to Noah McCow. Runners on the corners. It's Braden Mitchell on third, Sam Cobbervig on first, and the pitch. Down the middle for strike 2. Now you got 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. And a big pitch here for Caden Kappas. Pitch 76. Fouled away. And McCow will sign himself a 1-pitch extension to his plate appearance. And McCow's going to right field. And the catch is made in foul territory by Jaden King. That will strand 2 on base and put an end to the top of the 5th. 4.5 complete. It's 4-0 Wahpeton. And they bring out the bats next. Due up for post 20 will be batters 2, 3, and 4. It's Tori Ulick, Jackson Fleetfoot, and Jaden King. when we return from the break here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Buffalo Wild Wings isn't supposed to make a burger this good. Like, you might even forget we have wings good. So we threw in 6 boneless wings for $1 as a reminder. Buy any burger, get 6 boneless wings for $1. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Abby says she wants to marry a B-Dubs honey barbecue wing. We get the sweet, tangy allure of honey barbecue sauce, but you can't marry a chicken wing. What are you going to serve at the wedding? Their family? 26 sauces and seasonings at Buffalo Wild Wings.
All right, welcome back to Haymakers Stadium here. It's the East Region Championship game, and the Wahpeton Post 20 have a 4-0 lead over the Casselton Haymakers. Want to say hi to Gregory, who's cheering on Wahpeton, and April, who's cheering on the Haymakers. Cheering on Casselton, says, let's go Haymakers. And that pitch there from Jackson Parker comes in for ball 1 to the batter, Tori Ulick, who struck out swinging and reached on a fielder's choice. And there's a pitch down the middle for a strike. 1-1 the count now to Ulick. We'll see Jackson Fleetflit, and we'll also see Jaden King, who made a nice catch out and right to end the top of the 5th. Those will be your batters due up for Post 20. And this one sent off the left field and into foul territory, and he will not be able to catch up to it. That's Braden Mitchell, who started the game as the opening pitcher. Only 5 hits in this game. This game might be the lowest hit number so far. And a strikeout is called. And one Wahpeton fan in attendance says no way. But the Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout counter says yes way. And that's strikeout number 6 for Casselton pitchers in this game. Jackson Fleetflit, ground out to short and a double to right. And that one looked like a strike, but it's ball 2. And I think he fouled it away. Either way, it's a strike. That is a very inside strike, let's put it that way. But it puts a smile on the face of Haymaker fans. That's another way to put it. Here's the 2-2. And he'll get a piece of that and foul it off, and we'll stay at 2-2. Two going to right, and that is fouled away. 4 runs, 5 hits, 5 runners left on base, no errors for either team. And a bouncer out to Maggio at short, and he fires it over in time to Macau for the 6-3 ground out.
Right fielder number 6, Jaden King.
So no runners on base, and now Jaden King struck out swinging, and then he singled to left on his 2 plate appearances so far here in this contest. And that's strike 1. That one's high and in, ball 1. And did he go too far in his swing? He did. That'll be a strikeout, and that will end the 5th inning of play. It's the 7th strikeout for Casselton pitchers on the Gordy's Travel Plaza strikeout counter, and that will bring us to the top of the 6. Mason Bussey, Logan Broughton, and Carter Maggio are the due-up batters, and if Kappas stays on the mound, it looks like he will, he'll toss pitch 78 when we return from the break here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different, it is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Boston Pizza harnessed Fanalytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh! Making adjustments so you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs at Boston Pizza, powered by Fanalytics.
At Boston's, we make crowd pleasers. Like this.
Yes. Woo!
And these.
So good!
And definitely this.
I love you! Woo!
Stop by or book your catering order online and we'll make you a fan.
All right, top of the 6, it's Mason Bussey for the Casselton Haymakers. First pitch comes in for a ball. Bussey flied out to shallow right to the first baseman. Now he gets hit by a pitch, and he will go to first as a result, and that'll bring up Logan Broughton. It's the top of the order for Casselton.
8, Logan Broughton.
Broughton's 0 for 2. He's had a pair of flyouts to right field, almost in the exact same spot. I believe both of them went to a backpedaling Josiah Hoffman from first base, if memory serves me correctly. And that one's popped up, and where did it go? It's going to left center, and it's the center fielder, Ulick, making the catch. That brings up Carter Maggio.
Third baseman number 1, Carter Maggio.
We're actually in the top of the 6. I'm not sure why that didn't flip, but it flipped now. So just an FYI on that. I want to say hi to Carla. She's cheering on post 20. And Jack's asking who's pitching. And it is Caden Kappas pitching for Wahpeton. And it's Jackson Parker who is pitching for Casselton at the moment. Pending a possible change here in the going into the bottom of the 6th, but 1 out, 1 runner on, and he will strike out. going to the books as a strikeout swinging. And that's the 6-1 for
Number 3,
Cappis.
Carter Vercoda.
And now Carter Vercoda 0 for 2, struck out swinging and a fly out to center. And that one's popped up. Second baseman looking to make a play, and he does. Vercoda pops out to the second baseman, and time's running out for the Haymakers. We move now to the bottom of the 6th, and we'll see if Post 20 can get some insurance runs going into the top of the 7th when we return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
All right, welcome back. Pitching change here now for the Haymakers as it's Carter Vercoda who'll be pitching now. So, to the best of my knowledge, no other changes here. And I'm getting a thumbs up. No other changes made at this time. So Carter Vercoda getting his final warm-up toss in, and now he'll square off against Josiah Hoffman.
20, first baseman number 1, Josiah Hoffman.
Pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Hoffman's 0 for 1. He struck out swinging his first time up. On his most recent trip to the plate, he was walked. And the 1-0. And that's a little bit too low, ball 2. 1 hour, 27 minutes. This game going by a little bit quicker. We had very quick games on day 1 of the tournament. And then on day 2, we had that 10-inning thriller between Wahpeton and the Fargo Post 400 Astros. And ever since that game, every single game has been close to that 2-hour mark. Some have gone over. We have not had a quick game like we did in day 1 until right now. This one might compete with those day 1 games. Day 1 games, an hour 44, an hour 31, and an hour 22. This one at an hour 28 right now. Showing bunt, and now the throw back up to first, and he's back in time. And that one's going to He'll be thrown out. Could not quite run it out.
Left fielder number 2, Gavin Schroeder.
So out one on the board. Hoffman to second base. And Gavin Schroeder 1 for 1 with a single to right and a sac fly to deep center. And that sac fly scored the 4th run of the game. That's where we sit at the moment. That one will escape, and Pearson doing a nice job of at least deflecting it in front of him. And as a result, Hoffman doesn't have the courage to take off for third, and that's probably a smart choice. And now we have a visit to the mound here for Casselton. Casselton's number 1 goal is to make sure that this is a 4-0 game going into the 7th, and then they got to get the bats clicking and working if they want to get themselves back into this game. We've hit the 1 hour, 30-minute mark now. And so this will be at least the 3rd quickest game. Like I said, the 3rd quickest game right now was an hour 44. So if this goes another 14 minutes, then it'd be tied for the 3rd quickest game of the tournament. And with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th, you just never know. It could be over in 14 minutes, but then again, it could be over in an hour from now. That's why you say you just never know. And that one's high and in for ball 3. That one's going to right. And he dives for it, but he cannot make the catch. I think Hoffman's going to have to go back to second. And yes, he is. So that will fall for a 285-foot strike. And that will fill the count at 3-2. Schroeder 1 for 1 once again, had the single to right and the sac fly to center that scored the 4th run of the game for Wahpeton. He's going to center again, and this one will find its way. And will he get another RBI? No. Josiah Hoffman will hold up at 3rd. Runners on the corners now for Wahpeton, and we're at an hour 32, and it brings up Riley Timian. So now a hit into the center field puts Hoffman on 3rd. Runners on the corners. Riley Timian is 0 for 2. He has a fly out to the shortstop and a fly out to the second baseman. George says, go Casselton, we believe. Well, we'll see if your belief will do the trick. Runner goes, and cut off there by Cobbervig as Module, the shortstop, went back to the second base bag to back up Cobbervig in case it got by him. And now runners on 2nd and 3rd, and a base hit for Wahpeton could pretty much be the dagger in this one. I don't see Casselton coming back from 6 down. Looking for the suicide squeeze, and the throw back to home will not happen, but the throw to first will happen. That's out number 2, and it's 5-0.
Second baseman, number 8, Jack Rittenauer.
5-0. out to recorded, and Gavin Schroeder to third on the play on the suicide squeeze. That scored Josiah Hoffman from third. That one's popped up and fouled away. Jack Rittenauer, if you haven't figured that out from the fans screaming his first name. 0 for 1, blocking a strikeout swinging. Might be his teammates screaming it, actually. That ball will pop away from Pearson, and there comes Schroeder. That's run number 6, and that might be the dagger. So the bases are empty and a full count now here to Rittenauer. And he will sky one out to the right, and it'll go fouling out of play. And that one will be right over to Brendan Maggio and over to first for the out. 6 complete and a 6-0 lead for Wahpeton here in the East Region Championship. The Haymakers, they need 6 in the top of the 7th at minimum to keep this game going. We'll see if they can do that or not when we return from the break here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. Welcome back.
We go to the top of the 7th inning. Leading off the inning for the Haymakers, the left fielder, number 6, Braden Mitchell.
It's up to Braden Mitchell, Eli Boer, and Brendan Maggio to keep this game going for Casselton. Trailing 6-0 here in the top of the 7th. That one's popped up. That one's going to right, and the catch is made by Jaden King.
Designated hitter number 2, Eli Boer.
1 pitch, 1 out. That's pretty good efficiency there for Wahpeton, and their coach will be proud of that one. And this one hit down the third base line, and Timian will over to Hoffman, he makes the stretch, and he comes off the base, and he's safe. And that one's going to be a hit out into right field, and it's caught by Jaden King. 3 pitches and 2 outs, and the errorless game comes to an end on the previous play as Boer reaches on an error. That error will be charged to the third baseman for the underthrow to first. And now Brendan Maggio flies out to Jaden King in right. Out 2. Strike 1 to Sam Kobervig. Struck out swinging, reached on a fielder's choice. And Wahpeton is 1 out away from being the 1 seed going into the state tournament in Kindred July 28th. That one's fouled away out of play. They will not be able to make a play on it. 1 hour, 40 minutes. This game could end in the next 3 minutes or less. It'd be the 3rd shortest game of the tournament. Fouled off. Eli Boer, the runner on first for Casselton. Sam Kobervig, the batter, down 1-2 in the count. Kappas winds, delivers, and that's fouled at the plate. Kappas, I have at 95 pitches right now. And this one to third, bouncing ball, Timian over to first. And the call is out. It's a delayed out call, and that'll do it. Wahpeton Post 20 are your East Region champions, and they move on to the state tournament with a 6-0 win over the Casselton Haymakers, who will be the 2 seed. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We're going to wrap this all up. We'll recap everything that happened here. We'll give you an update on what happened out in the West tournament. And we'll do that here in just a moment or two on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. Congratulations once again to Wahpeton Post 20. Their undefeated season will be carried over into the state tournament that starts July 28th in Kindred. We'll be right back in just a moment here on Magnitude Sports.
Bar 9 in West Fargo is your stop for that pregame lunch and for the postgame celebration. With over 30 TVs, you can catch your team anytime. We have a delicious food menu including wings, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Enjoy it inside or head on outside, day or night, to relax in the comfort of our updated outdoor patio. We also have slots, blackjack, pull tabs, and all gaming proceeds earned go to support West Fargo baseball. So catch your team's game tonight at Bar 9, 1405 Prairie Parkway in West Fargo.
Fargo Post 400 Baseball wishes the Stars, Astros, and Comets the best of luck in this year's tournaments.
Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Hey, it's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcasted on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. Then check out the channel and show them some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to them today.
We take great pride in really doing all the research and the work behind the scenes to make sure that our products just work.
We have our own staff member that helps pick the hybrids and the varieties that work in our area. It's meant for you, not for somebody 200 miles away.
We test our seed locally. We produce our seed locally, so we get to see our production fields, where they need to be, and if they work there.
Need seed? Think ProSeed. ProSeed.net. Great seed at a reasonable price.
West Fargo Baseball wishes the Patriots, Aces, and Vets the best of luck in this year's tournaments.
Gordy's Travel Plaza continues to improve products and services. Now open is the Beer Cave with wines and spirits. Pick up a fresh-made Sandy's donut along with a fresh bean-to-cup coffee or espresso. How about our tasty popcorn with warm butter on top, or cool down with the all-new Fresh Blend shakes, smoothies, frappes, frazzles, and more. Now open is Champ's Chicken, Hangar 54 Pizza, and Hot Mex Express. We are excited for you to try out the all-new items at Gordy's Travel Plaza in Casselton, serving Casselton and the surrounding communities for over 55 years.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different, it is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
All right, welcome back as the Wahpeton Post 20 is your East Region champion. And we do have a look at the State A bracket. They'll start in Kindred on the 23rd. Let's show that to you right now here. I just got to push one button. I got to find the right button. I think it's right here. Yes, so let's see. Hopefully you can see that on your screen. Yeah, we can see that. So game one at 11 a.m. between Watford City and Wahpeton. So Watford City, the 4th seed out of the West, will take on Wahpeton, the 1 seed out of the East. Game 2 will be at 1:30 on the 28th. That'll feature the 3-seeded West Fargo Vets out of the East taking on the 2-seeded out of the West Bismarck Senators. Game 3 will have the Casselton Haymakers, 2-seed out of the East, taking on the 3-seed out of the West Bismarck Capitals. And then I think I cropped it just at the wrong spot there. It's going to be the 4-seeded Kindred Vikings out of the East taking on the 1-seeded Dickinson Volunteers that you just can't quite see at the very bottom there, and my apologies for that. And then you can see how the bracket will develop there, and it is a double elimination tournament, so there will be 14 games. Or actually, there will be 15 games, and then if needed, a 16th game, depending on how that first championship game takes place there. So, yeah, there you go. July 28th, 29th, and August 1st, all 15, 16 if needed of those games will be here on Magnitude Sports. So that's a look at your State A title. Once again, Watford City versus Wahpeton, West Fargo Vets versus the Bismarck Senators, Bismarck Capitals versus Casselton, and Kindred will take on Dickinson in the first round of that double elimination state tournament starting July 28th in Kindred. That's not the only state tournament we'll have for you here on Magnitude Sports. We also have the Double A state tournament, and if we go to our schedule here, if it will be kind enough to pop up, because it doesn't like to pop up during Casselton games. And what do you know? It does it again. I don't know. What is it with I'm literally asking my friend here in the box why I cannot show my schedule during a Casselton game, and he's just chuckling right now. So you can find us online. If you want to check out that Double A schedule, you can go to that website, magnitudesn.com, and I'm just baffled by that, to be honest with you. So what we'll do is we'll bring you back to our live camera here, and we'll verbally go over the state Double A bracket for you here. So in the first game, which is the day after tomorrow, let's see here. Something happened, and we are missing a couple of games on our verbal schedule here. But anyway, so it'll be the Fargo Post 400 Stars, and our July 24th one is missing, and I don't know why that is. I think it's a Casselton thing. So Fargo Post 400 and Dickinson and Grand Forks. I think Fargo Post 400 plays Grand Forks in the first game on July 24th. And then Dickinson plays the 9-seeded Williston Keybirds. And then those are the only two games on Monday the 24th, so not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow. And then on July 25th, 11 a.m., will be the Bismarck Governors taking on Jamestown. And the 2 p.m. game will be West Fargo Patriots taking on Mandan Chiefs. Fargo Post 2 as the 1 seed. They'll await the winner of West Fargo and Mandan, and Minot has the 2 seed, and they will await the winner of, or check that, Fargo Post 2 will await the winner of the first game between Williston and Dickinson. I think it is, and then Minot will await the winner of Fargo Post 2 and Fargo Post 400 and whoever they're playing again. Like I said, the 24th is somehow missing. It's clipped off, and I think it's an crazy internet fluke here in Casselton, because I know it's on there, but it's not on there now. So we'll figure it out. And then games 11, 12, games 7, 8, 9, and 10 will be played on Wednesday, July 26th. Games 11, 12, 13, and 14 will be played on July 27th. And then we kick off the State A in Kindred, but we also have the final 2 days of the Double A in Dickinson. So games 15, 16, and 17 will mix with games 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the State A on Friday, July 28th. So we'll have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games on Magnitude Sports on July 28th, starting at 10 a.m. with the final game scheduled to start at 7 p.m. And then on Saturday, July 29th, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games for you on Magnitude Sports, including games 5, 6, 7, and 8 of the State A from Kindred, and the championship game from the Double A in Dickinson, with game 18 and game 19 if necessary. So we'll have 5 for sure, maybe 6 on the 29th. And then we shift our focus exclusively to the State A on July 30th with the next 3 games. Games 9, 10, and 11, and then on July 31st, it's games 12 and 13. And then on August 1st, it's the championship game scheduled for 1 p.m., and then if needed, a second championship game would be on the docket for 3:30 p.m. on August 1st if that second game is needed. So that's a look at the upcoming tournaments. 1 tournament down, 2 to go here on Magnitude Sports, and it's certainly been fun, and we certainly appreciate you tuning in to us here. And Kelly, thank you for the compliments there. She says she's looking forward to the State A and Kindred, and it should be fun, and I absolutely agree with you. And I'll be in Dickinson for that Double A game, and we'll have a crew in Kindred the first couple of games. First couple days to cover those first few games, and then I'll make the trip from Dickinson to Kindred to finish out the tournament there, and it should be a fun one. We're looking at, I think this is game 15 here in this tournament, so 47 tournament games here over the next 10 days or so. Yeah, it's a lot of broadcasting, but it's always fun to do the tournaments. And for everybody who tuned in throughout the course of the last 4 days, we certainly appreciate that. Let's go over some of the numbers here for the teams in this tournament, and just because throughout the tournament we've been bringing you the numbers. I don't have them added up yet, but I can pull them up for you here. So we'll start with the Casselton Haymakers. We'll just go in alphabetical order here. And for Casselton, they scored 15 runs on 19 hits. They had 12 singles, 6 doubles, 1 triple, and 12 runs batted in on an RBI. As a team, they batted .260 in this tournament. They had 10 batters who walked. They had 17 batters who struck out, 4 looking, 13 swinging. They had 3 batters hit by a pitch, and those are your hitting numbers for Casselton. Your pitching numbers for Casselton look like this. They pitched 1, 2, 3, 4. They pitched 5 pitchers in this tournament. Let me go back to the start here. So in 3 games between 5 pitchers, they pitched 19 and 2/3 innings. They faced 83 batters, 118 balls, 206 strikes, 324 pitches total in the tournament. They allowed 11 runs, and their overall team ERA is 4.12. They struck out 16, 6 looking, 10 swinging, allowed 15 hits, and walked 8 batters in this tournament. For the Devils Lake Storm, and once again, we'll go through all 11 teams here in alphabetical order, first with hitting and then with pitching. So in 4 games played for the Devils Lake Storm, they would make 120 plate appearances, scored 21 runs on 28 hits. They had 3 batters that walked. They had 19 singles, 5 doubles, no triples, and 1 home run. And they knocked in 15 RBIs, and their overall team average, hitting average is .264. They had 11 batters walked, and they had 18 that struck out, 4 looking, and 14 swinging. And for the pitchers for Devils Lake in 4 games, they pitched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They pitched 6 different pitchers in those 4 games for a total of 26 innings pitched. They faced 123 batters, 159 balls, 245 strikes, 404 pitches total. They allowed 19 runs, and they had a team ERA of 5.19 in the tournament with 20 strikeouts, 9 looking, and 11 swinging. They allowed 26 hits. They walked 17 batters in the tournament. And that is your numbers for the Devils Lake Storm. And for the next team, it is the Fargo Post 2 Bombers. And their stats in 2 games played, they made 60 plate appearances with 54 at-bats, scored 8 runs, 14 hits, 1 walked batter. They had 7 singles, 5 doubles, 1 triple, and they had 7 RBIs. As a team, they batted .259. They had 3 batters that walked. They had 11 that struck out, 3 looking, 8 swinging, and they had 2 hit batters. And that is your offensive numbers for Fargo Post 2. And the pitching numbers for the Fargo Post 2 Bombers in 2 games, they pitched 4 pitchers. They pitched 13 1/3 innings total, faced 69 batters, 93 balls, 148 strikes, 241 pitches, allowed 12 runs, and had a team ERA of 5.40. Struck out 12, 1 looking, 11 swinging, gave up 18 hits, walked 8 batters, and those are your pitching numbers for the Fargo Post 2 Bombers. Next on the list is the Fargo Post 2 Jets. And their team stats for the tournament look like this. And they only played 1 game, and in that 1 game, they had 24 plate appearances, 23 at-bats. They scored no runs. They had 2 hits. They had 2 singles, and as a team, they batted .087. They had 1 walk batter and 7 struck out, 3 looking, 4 swinging, and they had no hit batters. And those are your batting numbers for the Fargo Post 2 Jets. And their pitching in 1 game, they had 2 pitchers that pitched a total of 6 innings, 28 batters faced, 27 balls, 49 strikes, 76 pitches total, and a team ERA of 4.50. They struck out 1, that one looked down looking. They allowed 6 hits and walked 2 batters, and that's your numbers for the Fargo Post 2 Jets. And for the Fargo Post 400 Astros, they played one of 2 teams to play the most games in this tournament. They played 5 games in this tournament. They had 194 plate appearances and 157 at-bats. They scored 33 runs on 43 hits. They had 1, is that right? Oh, no, that's a bunt. I was thinking walk batter, but they had 1 successful bunt. They had 33 singles, 8 doubles, and 1 triple. And they had 26 RBIs. As a team, batted .274. They walked 22 of their batters, and 32 of their batters struck out, 17 looking, 15 swinging. They had 11 stolen bases in the tournament, and those are your offensive numbers for the Fargo Post 400 Astros. And for the Astros pitchers, in 5 games, they pitched 6 pitchers in 5 games. Innings pitched 37 2/3 innings, 173 batters faced, 230 balls, 371 strikes on 601 pitches. They allowed 19 runs and had a team ERA of 3.58. They struck out 33 batters, 8 looking, 25 swinging. They allowed 32 hits, walked 21 batters, and intentionally walked 2 more batters. And those are your numbers for the Fargo Post 400 Astros. Next team on the list is the Fargo Post 400 Comets. They only played 1 game in the tournament, and in that 1 game, they had 30 plate appearances, 27 at-bats. They scored 1 run on 6 hits. They had 3 singles, 2 doubles, 1 triple, and 1 RBI batted in. As a team, they batted .222, had 3 of their batters walk, 7 of their batters struck out, 2 looking, 5 swinging, and that is your offensive numbers for the Fargo Post 400 Comets. In that game, they pitched 1 guy, Keegan Wessels. He pitched 6 innings, faced 23 batters, 31 balls, 61 strikes on 92 pitches, and he had an ERA of 3. Struck out 8, 2 looking, 6 swinging, allowed 7 hits, walked 1 batter, and that is your offensive pitching numbers for the Fargo Post 400 Comets. Next on the list is Kindred Post 117. They played a total of 3 games in this tournament, and in those 3 games, they have 95 plate appearances, 67 at-bats. They had 14 runs scored on 13 hits. They had 1 successful bunt, 8 singles, 3 doubles, 1 triple, 12 RBIs as a team, batted .194. 19 of their batters walked. 8 of them struck out, 4 looking, 4 swinging. They had 6 batters hit by a pitch, and they had 8 stolen bases in the tournament. And for their pitching in those 3 games, they pitched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pitchers in 3 games for overall innings pitch of 19 and 2/3 innings pitched. 106 batters faced, 373 pitches with 141 balls and 232 strikes. They allowed 22 runs and had a team ERA of 5.95. They struck out 14, 4 looking, 10 swinging, allowed 25 hits, walked 14 batters, and those are your numbers for Kindred Post 117. 4 teams to go. Next on the list is the Valley City Royals. And they played 1 game in the tournament, 27 plate appearances with 20 at-bats. They scored no runs on 1 hit, and they had that 1 hit was a double. As a team, they batted .05. 5 batters walked, 6 struck out, 1 looking, 5 swinging, and they had 2 sacrifice bunts is what I'm trying to say here. For the pitching for the Valley City Royals, they pitched 2 guys in that lone game. They combined for 6 innings of work and faced 32 batters, 37 balls, 66 strikes on 103 pitches. With an ERA of 4.50, they struck out 7, 6 looking and 1 swinging, allowed 7 hits and walked 3 batters, and those are your numbers for the Valley City Royals in this tournament. Wahpeton Post 20, the one that some of you have probably been waiting patiently for. Let's go through it. They played 3 games in the tournament. They had 108 plate appearances, 79 at-bats, scored 22 runs on 24 hits, including 17 singles and 6 doubles, and they had 1 home run in the tournament and 18 RBIs as a team. Batted .304. They had 16 walks, 16 batters walked, and 22 batters struck out, 6 looking and 16 swinging, and they had 13 stolen bases in the tournament as well. Pitching-wise for Wahpeton Post 20, in those 3 games, they pitched 4 guys. And those 4 guys would combine for 22 and 2/3 innings pitched, 91 batters faced, 116 balls, 227 strikes, 343 pitches thrown. As a team, their ERA is 1.59, which is pretty fantastic over 3 games of play. 26 batters struck out, 10 looking, 16 swinging. They allowed 11 hits and walked 10 batters and intentionally walked 1 batter in the tournament. And those are your numbers for Wahpeton Post 20. 2 teams to go, and the second to last team is the West Fargo Aces. And for the West Fargo Aces, they played a total of 3 games in the tournament, and they had 91 plate appearances, 78 at-bats. They scored 13 runs on 21 hits, including 2 bunts, 14 singles, 2 doubles, and 2 triples, and 1 home run. And they had 10 RBIs as a team, batted .269. They had 8 of their batters walked. They had 14 of their batters strike out, and that's 8 looking, 6 swinging. They had 3 hit batters, and they had 3 stolen bases in the game. And pitching-wise for the West Fargo Aces, in 3 games, they pitched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They pitched 8 pitchers in 3 games. Those 8 pitchers combined for 18 and 2/3 innings, 386 pitches, 172 on the ball count, 214 on the strike count on 99 batters faced. And they would allow 22 runs. Their team ERA is 9.16. And they struck out 15 batters, 5 looking, 10 swinging, allowed 20 hits, walked 15 batters, and those are your pitching numbers for the West Fargo Aces. And last but certainly not least, the West Fargo Vets, who captured the 3 seed in the state tournament in 4 games played. They had 131 plate appearances, 104 at-bats, scoring 16 runs on 25 hits. They had 1 successful bunt, 14 singles, 8 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, and 14 RBIs, 14 runs batted in. As a team, they batted .240, 19 balls, 8 strikeout looking, 22 strikeout swingings for 30 strikeouts total. And they had 2 hit batters and 9 stolen bases in the tournament. And the pitching numbers for the West Fargo Vets in 4 games, they pitched 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me count that up again. 3, 4, 5, 6. They pitched 7 pitchers in 4 games for a total of 28 innings pitched, 140 batters faced, 203 balls, 268 strikes on 471 pitches thrown, and total of 21 runs, and a team ERA of 5.46. And that wraps up your numbers here for the West Fargo Vets and the other 10 teams in the tournament. So one more time, let's take a look at that State A bracket, and then we're going to wrap up our broadcast here, and we're going to go get a nice nap in and get ready for the AA tournament in Dickinson. So once again, let's pull that up here if we can. And there you go. There's your State A bracket. One last time before we go off air. It'll be Watford City and Wahpeton in the first game, the West Fargo Vets and the Bismarck Senators in the second game, the Bismarck Capitals and Casselton in the third game, and Kindred, and yeah, I'm sorry once again for cutting that off at the bottom, but Kindred will be taking on Dickinson in Game 4 at the 7 o'clock scheduled start for that game. And once again, all those games will be at Viking Varsity Diamond in Kindred, and all those games will be live here on Magnitude Sports. So if you cannot make it to Kindred, North Dakota, you can watch those games here on Magnitude Sports, as well as the AA tournament in Dickinson. Thank you so much. Congratulations to Wahpeton on your East Region Tournament championship and your undefeated season so far, and best of luck to all the teams who will be moving on to that State A tournament. That will do it for us. It's been a fun tournament, and we are going to call this one a wrap right now here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you in 48 hours, less than 48 hours, actually, from the Astoria Field in Dickinson for the State AA tournament on 2 games starting on Monday, the day after tomorrow, I think. I'm so fried on my mind right now that, yeah, I was right. It's starting on Monday, so maybe I'm not as fried as I think in my mind. All right, have a good night. We'll talk to you later.
Preceding broadcast was an exclusive presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Subscribe, click the bell, and visit magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.